Hello there. In a season where a freshly fried, garnished chicken has merged and united with different colors of rice, we welcome you as we enjoy this great Yuletide season with you and your family. Welcome. This is HotSports. My name is Babajide Guerrero, and we are excited. We are happy for this quality of the season, as well as the gentlemen in the studios are, of course, very, very happy. Well, Eyino has not been around for a while. Eyino has been on summer break in December, winter break in this. He's been everywhere, doing everything, my man. How you doing? Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to be back on the show. Now.
Yeah.
Good morning to the viewers and everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas.
belated wishes. You know, belated wishes. You know, good health and
absolutely.
We're looking forward to 2019. You know, having
bring
a
it on.
year because 2018 was a very lovely year for sports, for football, and for every other thing.
Absolutely.
You know? And you know, now we're about to wrap it all up. You know, let's get it done.
Yes,
let's
get it done
today.
But we have to. Sadly, it's just that's the ritual on the show. But it's a tough job, but somebody has got to do it. But Leia, Merry Christmas. I see Leia has added a lot of weight. Leia add so much chicken to it.
Well, thank God for life.
Absolutely.
Good morning to you, Babajide. Good morning to you, and of course, everyone out there. Great to be here, Babajide. The Christmas was so very much interesting. And then again, we are here to serve more like the last edition of the show for the year.
It is.
Of course, hopefully to be one to remember for a very, very long time.
It is indeed. I mean, for a fact that our viewers, the reasons why we are here, have been on the show with us for, what now, 52 weeks. Every Saturday, you've always been there watching HotSports. I know, we know for a fact you have other shows to watch, but you choose HotSports every Saturday morning. And we thank you. We are dearly, dearly grateful for allowing us in your space every Saturday. So one more time, we'll go for a break, our first break in the last show of the year 2018, taking us into 2019. This should be fun. You don't want to miss this.
The melting point of international football in 2018 was the ultimate first prize of global football, the FIFA 2018 World Cup in Russia, where France emerged champions yet again following their first triumph at 1998 World Cup in France. Before the summer global soccer fiesta, there was the final of the world's most prestigious club competition, the UEFA Champions League final, where the Spanish giant Real Madrid emerged champions for an unprecedented 13th time, defeating Liverpool 2-0. In the major leagues in Europe, PSG were champions in the French League 1, while Manchester City won the Premier League title in England. In the Italian Serie A, Juventus continued their dominance with a firm grip on the title, and in German Bundesliga, it was Bayern Munich which retained the title, with Barcelona clinching the Spanish La Liga. Now down to the big headlines coaches of the year. Zinedine Zidane shocked the football world with his resignation after 3 consecutive UEFA Champions League victories with Real Madrid. Spain sacked its coach Julian Lopetegui few days to the Russia 2018 World Cup for going through the back door to sign a contract with Real Madrid. He was eventually sent packing by Madrid after a flurry of bad results. The anticipated departure of Jose Mourinho was confirmed when he was given the boot at Old Trafford, putting an end to his brief reign as Manchester United manager.
And you welcome back. Last week, Saturday, we started the review. Last Saturday was reviewing sports in 2018. So today, how about we narrow it down to one major sport, which is football. So let's review 2018 football, shall we? We'll talk about the things that made headline, guys, in the world of football. Let me start with you, Leia. A lot of things happen in football, as usual. It's never ending. But which ones would you regard to be the pick of the pack?
Well, apparently, from the Nigerian angle, for Ahmed Musa, the FIFA World Cup in Russia earlier in the year, they scored a brace against Iceland in Kaliningrad. Of course, became the first Nigerian player to score more than 4 goals in total. And for me, I think it's an epic one for a Nigerian who had played in 3 World Cups thus far. And I think it's a great one for the young man.
You know, there are a lot of things as well.
Yeah, you know, a lot. It's a whole lot of lists, you know, the World Cup, Luka Modric, Mbappe, Golden Boy. You talk about Real Madrid winning the Champions League for the 3rd time in a row, a record that I don't think anybody can break in years to come. You know, this year was very, very special. You know, Messi winning the Golden Boot again for the record time, the 5th time. You know, it's a very wonderful. Yeah, I had to drop that because it's a very, very wonderful. It's a very, very wonderful year for sports. You know, because especially why I say the World Cup. The World Cup was fantastic. You know, kudos to Russia. It was one of the best World Cups we've seen in a while. Best World Cups. You know, the culture, everything was amazing. amazing. The football was nice. England, slightly overrated, but well, you know, it was a very lovely World Cup.
The guys are very excited about 2018, of course, looking forward to 2019. But guys, do not let us forget that one of the things that happened in 2018 in football has to be some very, very interesting sackings. We saw a sack of Jose Mourinho recently, but one of the interesting sacks has to be that of Julian Lopetegui.
Julian Lopetegui, well, like I always said, you know, the moment he got that contract to Real Madrid, I had a side bet with one of my friends and I said he won't last October in Madrid. It was inevitable because he had the whole Spanish press against him. He was 100% at fault for what has happened, because doing that during the World Cup, the guy had already tried for Spain. For you to sign a contract with Madrid before the World Cup, that was totally wrong. And you're not just signing with any team, you're signing with Madrid, a team that you know Perez will not waste time and will give you the sack. So he has no one to blame.
Absolutely.
I don't think he has no one. He has to blame himself.
We have ourselves to blame as well if I thought we don't bring you this very juicy documentary on the exciting things that happened in the year 2018. So how about sit back, relax, enjoy. If you see have chicken, grab one, eat, and be fine. Watch this particular video. We'll be right back.
The year 2018 will go down in history as one with mixed emotions for Nigerian football as a whole. A 10-man Nigeria lost 4-1 to host Morocco as the Moroccans made history in the Championship of African Nations tournament by winning the 5th edition, which was held from 12th January to 4th February 2018. The Atlas Lions were the first nation to host and win the CHAN tournament reserved for players playing in their domestic leagues. Nigeria's journey at the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup France 2018, which held from 5th August to 24th August, was short-lived as the Falconet crashed out after losing to Spain in the knockout round of the championship. The Golden Eaglets of Nigeria and the Flying Eagles qualified for the African Youth Championships to be staged in Tanzania and Niger, respectively. The Super Eagles of Nigeria competed at the 6th FIFA World Cup in Russia, held from the 14th June to 15th July. Nigeria were drawn in Group D alongside Croatia, Iceland, and Argentina. Nigeria failed to qualify from group stage, with Argentina clinching the qualification with seconds to go in the final qualifying match. For the Super Eagles, it was the third time in their history they were eliminated in the qualifying stage at the World Cup. The Super Falcons won their 9th African Women's Championship title in Ghana in November 2018 and qualified for the FIFA Women's World Cup to be hosted in France in 2019. The team defeated Bayana on penalties in the final. Nigeria participated for the first time at the Ampute World Cup in Mexico. In domestic league, Lobby Stars won the 2017/2018 MPFL title, which was stopped for the first time in the history of the domestic league. Rangers International of Enugu won the ITO FA Cup final for the first time in 42 years after coming back from 3 goals down to beat Kano Pillars on penalty at the Stephen Keshi Stadium in Delta. MFM FC of Lagos, Plateau United and Akwa United failed to get past the group stage of the CAF International Club competitions. Ahmed Musa became Nigeria's top scorer at the FIFA World Cup with 4 goals. Super Eagles qualified for the 2019 AFCON for the first time since 2013 after missing out of the 2 previous editions. NFF President Amaju Pinnick got re-elected for another 4 years in the FIFA-sanctioned election held in Katsina State, putting to bed the notion that he was not popular.
You know, we must agree that the World Cup, Nigeria, quite significant, like Leia said. But Leia, let me come back to you now. Any highlights for you in football?
So much to talk about Nigerian team football-wise. Like you know, Amaju Pinnick got re-elected as NFF president for another 4-year term. And then again, we had one of the most remarkable comeback in the history of Nigerian FA Cup final that was played at the Stephen Keshi Stadium, there in Delta State, where Enugu Rangers came from 3 goals down against Kano Pillars and eventually won on penalties. It has never ever happened in the history of Nigerian football. And what a time in the final of Nigeria's most prestigious club football there in Delta State. So much really for football in Nigeria. Hopefully in 2019 we'll get something much better in terms of the participating teams. As you all know, Nigeria participate at the Women's World Cup, FIFA Under-17. That's the Nations Cup as well as Under-20. So much for the national team and of course the NFF, and hopefully preparation is already in earnest.
Well, Nigeria qualifying for the World Cup with the games to spare was a big deal in 2018, but then again in 2018, you know, the Super Falcons.
Yeah, Super Falcons. I thought Leia was never going to talk about that. You know, that was like for our sport this year, that was like the golden point. Although they always do it, you know, it's like I think because they've won it a lot, that's why I'm not really praising them. But we need to give them the kudos. You know, they are the best team, and not just the best female team in Africa, but we know you can rank them out there. Although outside a little bit of shake, but in Africa they are undefeated. You know, to win it for a record time, countless times, and yeah, just keep doing it, just keep doing it.
Absolutely.
But it was a nice competition because I was even good to say that they had a very tough opponent this year. You see, they went to like 2 penalty shootouts that they had, so it's good to have seen that. So it was a nice year for the Falcons. Congratulations to the Super Falcons, man. 2018 is for them.
Yeah, big ups, big ups. We're looking forward to what they'll bring to us in France in 2019 when the World Cup starts. This is giving us goosebumps. Obviously, it's the last show of the year. It's the last argument of the year. It's, of course, the last time you see us in 2018. The next time you see us will be in 2019. So, guys, the question is, why are you smiling then, you know?
Because this is our last argument, we should shake before we start.
yes, I agree.
We should shake because
I agree.
It's a nice year.
I agree. It's been
for
a
us
nice
to be
year.
healthy all
I
year,
agree.
for us to come and argue.
You know, I've been quiet because I'm trying to say I'm going to be my punchline, so.
Oh, okay. All right, so there you have it already, friendly handshakes already. Right, so
I call it my handshake back.
No, that handshake reminds me of Chelsea versus Barcelona, when, you know, a certain Guardiola has already lost up against Gusedink. Before that, fantastic Iniesta strike. So then again,
you want to shake again. All right, cool. So enough of the shaking, guys. Let's go right into the business. Is Team Nigeria's effort or success in the year 2018, is it worth celebrating? That's the question we're asking. And you know your 30 statement.
Team Nigeria's sports success for 2018, as far as I'm concerned, was below average, you know, except from the Falcons, which where I said earlier is normal as what they do. So I feel it was very, very poor for 2018.
I think the efforts of Team Nigeria across all board, you know, for sports, I think they did very, very well. And of course, hopefully, in 2019 they will do more when funds are dispersed in time for major competitions.
All right, there you have it. Leia feels that it's quite impressive given the little resources that they have, but going forward, it can always be better. And you know things? No. It's bad. It's below par. How can you be giving us something like that? Except for Super Falcons. What do you think? Do well to reach us on our social media platform. We'll be waiting to hear your thoughts. We'll go over for a break, and when we return, these gentlemen are ready. Are you?
Well, 2018 for Nigerian sports, as far as I'm concerned, has been very, very poor. Not just me, because I think the General Secretary of the National Olympic Committee, Mr. Bukola, has already said it, that our sports is declining every year, year in, year out. And 2018, I don't think there should be any reason we should have this conversation. Was it good? This was the year you had athletes stranded in the airport or stranded in Asaba. This was the year that you had your NFF having issues between Amaju and Giwa. This was the year the Nigerian guys that we sent to the World Cup again, they always do what we all send national teams to go and do in the World Cup. So really, what should we be celebrating about this year? Apart from the Falcons, and like I said earlier about the Falcons, they are always expected to win. So we can brush that aside. But congrats to them too on the side. But as far as sport is concerned, funding is poor. Name one, before we even start the argument, before I know Leia will soon come and attack me, but why he does that, can you name at least 5 facilities that were built this year for the sports side of Nigeria this year? Nothing was done, Babajide. Nothing was done. Our under-17, our younger generations, everybody was just abandoned. And you are saying 2019, you think it might be better? Or what are we saying to each other?
Yeah, I said this bit, but of course, I think there are facts to lay down as regards how Nigeria performed this year. in a climb where, looking at it from the Nigerian contest, the budget wasn't released in time. Talking about the Nigerian budget.
That's what we're talking about.
I think I'm about to say. I'm bringing
no, don't talk about budget. Talk about where. Don't talk about the budget.
Bring it from the nitty-gritty.
No,
so that we're trying to educate our viewers.
I said you should tell me from a sports perspective.
But of course,
don't put the government in it. Put from a sports perspective. Don't say budget.
Going
just
forward,
from a sports perspective.
Going forward, I think for this year, Nigeria sports did so very well. Why? Because in as much as there wasn't funds immediately, we're still able to prosecute.
He's giving those answers now. He's giving the yardsticks.
We are still able to prosecute, and we did well. First competition we went to globally was the Commonwealth Games in Gold Coast in Australia, where Nigeria surpassed their previous performance in India. That was a feat in which nobody actually saw coming. Looking at the FIBA basketball competition where we had in Spain, where the Tigers did so well, becoming the first ever African team to go as far as the quarterfinals of a FIBA organized competition. That was, a fantastic one on the part of Nigeria sport basketball. Talking about the likes of Aruna Kodri, did so well.
Yeah, but
excuse me. I'm giving you facts. I'm giving you facts, like I said earlier.
All these facts I have given me,
what is he forgetting?
Giving me from Commonwealth and everything.
Because they prepared.
All boils down to individual brilliance.
It's not individual brilliance, but of course, come on.
All our sportsmen that have done well this year,
you said
they've all
I'm
done to
bringing
individual
facts. Let me talk.
They've all been brought out to individual brilliances. The fact that
Nigeria qualified with the game display in the reach of Nigeria football for the World Cup.
That's a success story.
Nigeria qualified with the game display in the issue of the World Cup.
In the issue of the World Cup, the World Cup, or the Nations Cup. Oh, the female.
No, I mean the male.
The male of
the game display. Later the fact that we had issues against Algeria and Constantine, where the issues.
Is that
excuse me? We're talking about the.
We're talking about. You know what you're talking about. You're talking about like you see what you have just said. What you have just said.
The bobsled team for the first time nation of Nigeria went to play at the Winter Olympics. It doesn't happen. These are giant strides. Just concluded was the National Sport Festival.
That everything in this 2018 was terrible.
That's
why I said, how can you tell me a success story of a country sport is the fact that they qualified one game for the World Cup? Why are you saying that? You had your athletes stranded in the airport. You had your athletes stranded in the airport. You had no funding. You had your NFF. Your league was stopped for a while, and you're telling me that they qualified one match before to go for the World Cup.
Please hold on.
How can you tell me that?
Hold on. Great stuff, guys, because I want us to have a direction. So let's
say now we're not going to have a direction at this because he's taking the fact that 2018 sport was see, we should ask our viewers this, and we should actually look at the messages.
Okay,
the next 30 messages to enter, let's see, are you yes or yeah that it was success, or are you yes with me that it was not a success?
Okay, before we get their viewers, let me ask you something. On what note, on what grounds would you define a successful year for Team Nigeria?
A successful year for Team Nigeria, no issues.
Okay.
Yeah, there are issues everywhere in the world. There are issues everywhere in the world. Wait, calm down. There are issues everywhere in the world. Even in England and everywhere.
There were issues
too much issues. You're talking about funding. You're talking about no facilities. You're talking about people getting stranded. You're looking at all these issues happening. Then let me not tell you now. Okay, you said there are issues, but where would there be an issue that your league is stopped? This is 2018, Babajide. I keep saying, and this is what I've been saying all year, that because by next year things are meant to be better than this year. But now the scary part that I don't want to tell him here, because he might say 2019 might better. 2019 we might even have issue because he was talking about budget issue, because we know that the country is going to have an election, and you know what happens every election year. But let's keep that aside. Now, if you have a year before the election and this is happening in 2018, just imagine what's going to happen in 2019. We need to be realistic. We need to be very realistic.
That's a very strong point. So how do you want to come back to this? Let him respond to this, please. Let him respond to this, please.
Let's not forget, when you say budget runs, like from what I know, from what I've been, that fact that I researched so well, the budget for last year will be ending come May, June next year. So of course, there's still the gap for whatever.
And they didn't release the one that 2017, they didn't release it early. Are you hearing what he said? You see that he has actually shot himself in the leg. He said that the budget is going to run to next year.
Let's wait for him to land with that thought.
The budget for 2019 will start around May or June. That's the physical year.
Yeah.
But of course, it means that the preparation, will be in top gear, knowing full well that the budget for last year will still spill into 2019 before the new one is actually approved. But of course,
I see you smiling.
But of course, the issue right now is 2018 in retrospect, which is what we're talking about, Nigeria did so well on all fronts, regardless of issues with money, regardless of issues with administration. We saw the Giants try.
So if you have regardless of issue with money, you have regardless of issues with administration, why was your year good? I don't understand. This is your sport. You said, wait, if this is a PhD exam right now, we won't get, both of us will be doctors. Especially you. Me, I think I'll be doctor. You said, despite the fact with no money, despite the fact with administrative issue, despite the fact, that is not success. That is not success.
Gentlemen.
See, that is not success.
Gentlemen.
That is not success. Success is this.
That's how we are going to go into the break.
Your league will not go on strike. No. Your league will not go on strike. Amaju and Giwa will not have two factions. I've been having issues.
Gentlemen. Okay, so let's just bring all this back and forth.
2018 for Nigerian sport was fantastic.
It wasn't fantastic.
So let's bring.
That's why Musa had to share rice too. If it was fantastic, he would not.
All right, gentlemen.
He would not have done that.
Social responsibility.
That's why I had to do that.
So we understand what exactly it is that success is all about. These gentlemen have clearly defined it in their own terms, but what exactly is your term? We're looking forward to hearing your thoughts. We want to thank you so very much. And Le has had it, Amaranth. I like the fact that they shook hands before they went for this argument. I mean, so it's fine. All right, so we'll go for a quick break, and when we return, my final whistle. Stick around, please. And we are back for the final whistle of 2018. Of course, this year is the last edition of HotSports in 2018. So the question today was, is Team Nigeria's success, is it worth celebrating in 2018? And the gentlemen have laid down their thoughts, and it was quite good. But what I would say is, I understand Aino's angles, saying that there's a lot of challenges and it was all gloom and doom. But then again, I want to majorly lean slightly to Leye, who feels that despite all of these challenges, these individuals still brought glory to Team Nigeria. So I feel that regardless of the challenges that we faced as a nation in sports in 2018, it was proven that the Nigerian spirit, the never say die spirit, the ability to get things done was also very, very good. Now, I'm not celebrating, or we are not celebrating the challenges, or should continue. What we are saying is that, given the context of the argument, we think that it's been a fairly successful year in 2018. But then again, it has to get better. The funding has to get better. The response to responsibility has to be better as well, as a nation, as a people, and as sport lovers. Finally, guys, we have to draw the curtain, finally, on 2018. It's been a ridiculously beautiful 2018, Your final words in the year 2018 on HotSports,
Wow, I feel so good,
Yeah.
The last show for the year 2018, and I just want to say, thanks to HotSports for having me this year for everything. I appreciate the whole team,
Absolutely.
Babajide, you've been wonderful.
Absolutely.
I see David behind the camera,
Absolutely.
and it's been a very lovely one.
Absolutely.
And to the chairman, Taigi,
Absolutely.
I'm so grateful for the opportunity to to have this wonderful experience here. And like you said, which is true, I just pray 2019 gets better, because Babajide, or what you have just said, I still don't feel that. Sports for 2018 for Nigeria was very poor. I'll give it a -0. Even that doesn't exist.
Absolutely.
Give it that.
I understand.
But I hope it's going to get better, because everything that happened. But thanks to HotSports for everything.
Yeah, we look up to 2019 for huge opportunities and aspirations. You have to look onto the brighter side in 2019.
Absolutely, Babajide. First, I want to thank God, thank you, and of course, those who have actually brought me on this platform, the longest serving sports show on TV. And of course, moving forward for next year, so much Nations Cup will be aired, and of course, a couple of other, engagements. I really, I feel fun to come in because already qualifying enough, a lot of people have been saying the need to actually prepare, and hopefully we'll also prepare for 2019.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As a people, as a nation, we are thankful. As a team here in HotSports Media Group, and of course, the producers of HotSports, we are very thankful on behalf of everyone that has made this particular production a hit back to back for 52 weeks in the year 2018. We thank you. To my team of analysts, of course, and Olale Edo, I cannot thank you guys enough for putting in work every Saturday morning. It's never easy, guys, we must say. But it's a difficult job, but we'll do it for you. And we want to thank you as well as the chairman, CEO of HS Media Group, Mr. Taige, to the production team. We thank you as well. The biggest thank you goes to you out there. We cannot say thank you enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, we will see you in 2019 with huge smile, in happiness, in joy, in fun, and above all, in good health. Till then. Happy New Year, everyone.